thanks for coming, thanks for being here. This is our Fusion 7 Healing Traditional Chinese Medical Insights class, and we're going to go into a little bit of explanation in just a moment. But first, what we're going to do is like I was going to say closing statement. We haven't even begun the day yet. An opening statement to start off our day. So I'm just going to ask you either to lower your gaze or to close your eyes. Your spine just nice and long for the moment. You can either listen to these words and repeat them if that feels good to you. If you don't want to repeat it, just listen. So just lower the gaze and breathe in and out through your nose. And just allow yourself to synchronize to your breath. And to come away from the hustle and bustle of the preparation of this morning. And centering yourselves in this sacred now moment. Connect your awareness to your heart space. And please repeat internally if you so wish. Gratitude to primary source. And the mysteries of the Tao. For the balancing of my physical and emotional states. And for harmonizing my existence. I now intuitively discern from my soul space and this allows my chi to respond to the calling of my essential nature. Ganxie. Ganxie means gratitude. And when you're ready, you can take a breath in through your nose and open your eyes, bringing your awareness back to the centre of the room. So guys, before we actually get into the content of the day, I want to share a few things with you so that you don't panic because it's a large manual. But we'll get into that in just a second. But before we get into the manual and stuff, I just want to say a few things about the Tao and about TCM, which actually stands for Traditional Chinese Medicine, okay? So the Tao basically is life force that flows through the universe and throughout the whole of nature, including man, obviously. And it's also about the balance, like the Taoists are always striving to create a balance between the two opposing forces. And it's funny because we're doing this, and those of you who have done the cosmic law ceremonies, like we work the law of polarity. So it seems that TCM and the Tao are constantly working through the laws of polarity and to bring balance to that, okay? So that's what they seem to be doing, and it's very relative, and that's what we're going to be doing as well for this particular retreat, for this class. So the Tao basically represents compassion, moderation, and humility. That's like the basic sort of minimalist approach of the Tao. However, traditional Chinese medicine isn't quite as minimalistic, and I'll explain what I mean by that in a moment. So, in order for the Taoists to emphasize health and longevity, they use things such as martial arts, Tai Chi, or Qigong, meditation, and also traditional Chinese medicine. So that's basically the connection between the Tao and TCM. And what we're doing for these 3 days, like I said, is focusing on the TCM. And TCM is all about the stimulation and the harmonization of the flow of energy. And as you guys already know, everything is energy, isn't it? And you'll also find that this class is really quite different from anything else that you've done with Fusion 7 Healing until thus far. And I'll explain why. So, traditional Chinese medicine is something that I've studied, I've got a diploma in it. I never went forward to become a doctor of traditional Chinese medicine for one fundamental reason: I don't like the needles. So even though acupuncture is very, very effective, is very, very powerful, and was also very healing for me when I was sick, it's not something that I can administer to others. I was always like this. That's no good. You don't want to be putting needles in like that. That's no good, right? So I thought, even though I love the philosophy and was really drawn to it, I couldn't become a literal practitioner of it, as in practice. However, it really did get me through big time, large style, during my days of multiple sclerosis when things were really, really bad. I always, again and again and again, turned back to traditional Chinese medicine. It is the number one thing out of all the things that I did in terms of natural therapies that helped me the most. Yeah? So, because it makes so much logical sense as well as energetic sense, this is why I came up with the idea along the lines to fuse it with metaphysics. And so that's what this class is all about. Yeah? So we're fusing it with the metaphysics. We're using our intuition and our Fusion 7 Healing foundational knowledge to enhance traditional Chinese medicine. And we're going to be using traditional Chinese medicine to enhance our intuitive metaphysical skills. So that in itself is like a yin and yang, isn't it? Because the one is assisting the other. TCM, guys, it's got like the most amazing diagnostic tools any alternative or natural therapy can offer as far as therapies go. So once you have got your chops and your brains around how it all kind of functions, and then you fuse it with your intuition and your Fusion 7 foundation knowledge, then you've got fireworks. And then when you get really good at it, you can start to fuse it with your other bits and pieces too. But don't rush to do that. What we want to do is build it really nice and slow. So this body of work, you need to learn it well first before you decide to start playing with it and mixing it and creating formulas. I know that's what fusion is all about, but what you do is you learn the one set of formulas first, you work it, and then when you feel good at it, that's when you start to do your mix and match. Yeah? Makes sense? Mm-hmm. Now back to the manual. It's big, yeah, as you can see. Now, this manual, the reason why it's big, it's not because that you have to learn everything that's in it, no. A lot of it is actually like an index, okay? So what it's there for is basically background knowledge, yeah? So that when you do want to use your TCM medicine knowledge to help you with something, you can go in here and it's like a reference guide, a quick guide reference for all the fundamentals that you need to know about traditional Chinese medicine. Now, this class is not about you becoming a doctor of TCM. It's not about you becoming a practitioner of TCM, not at all. This is about using your intuition to be able to gauge on the insights in here, to be able to create a transformation through the healing perspective as we do with everything else. That's how we use it. So don't go around telling people that you're a doctor of TCM once you've completed this class. I don't think so either. And to get all this stuff down, guys, it actually takes between 5 and 7 years to do this stuff properly, you know. So it is insights. That's why it says TCM Insights on your manual, okay? So, but once you have become thorough in its understanding and thorough in its application, which I'm going to guide you to do that, then it is absolutely amazing the way that it works and how it works. We've saved lives using this stuff. I mean, literally, we've saved lives, yeah? It saved mine 1,000,000 times over. And when I'm doing like one-to-one sessions and stuff, I use it heaps, and it comes up automated in my diagnostics. So as soon as I've kind of done intuitive investigation on somebody, quite innately and naturally, all the TCM data, not all of it, but bits of TCM data comes up, and it assists me to navigate the direction of the session and the transformation processes that we need to do. So you will find it very, very powerful indeed if you use it. Okay? So today is introduction day, but we are going to do some processes, but real simple. I'm actually going to skip a bunch of stuff which is to do with introduction and philosophy. And we'll look at those bits at the end of the day, because now that your brains and minds are fresh, I want to give you the key knowledge right away. So are you good with that? We're changing the order up a little bit, but we've had a big last weekend, all of us, most of us, and I've had a big week, and I think some of you guys have as well. And so we're changing up the order so that we can absorb in a much more effortless way. Is that all right?
Yes.
So before we get cracking, shall we make an installation to help us along with making this 3-day retreat even more comfortable? Should we do that? All right, cool. So again, you don't need your manuals for now. So we're just making the direct installation, and have it go to wherever it is that you feel that you need it the most. If you're working with your mind, you can have it either go directly to your brain, you can have it go to your solar plexus, or you can have it go to your mental field, or all three. You know wherever it is that you need it to go, okay? So, we give gratitude to Primary Source for the installation of clarity, absorption and assimilation of this gnosis or knowledge with ease, with comfort and grace. And just sense that frequency now going to wherever it is that you feel fits best. Activate and reinforce that with a light frequency from Primary Source. To all dimensions where it is required. Namaste. When you're ready, take a deep breath in and open your eyes. Thanks very much for coming in and watching. Catch you tomorrow.